Reserve rights price prediction, RSR price prediction. In this video, I'm going to give you guys my exact price targets where I see RSR coming up to this bull market and topping out. So let's get started here with my deep analysis using Fibonacci and other indicators. And before that, I want to talk about BTCC, my favorite exchange to leverage trade. Check it out. This is really the cool coin of the cycle because it's KYC free and VPN free, meaning you can get this anywhere where you live. You don't need a KYC or VPN. And you can make an account and you deposit using my link, you'll deposit and get 10% deposit bonus over 500. So they have a lot of lower cap coins too, a much bigger variety than Coinbase and these other exchanges. And they have leverage without KYC. You can have up to 100x leverage. Obviously you want to, be wise and know how to trade, but check it out. It's my favorite one. They've been here since 2011 as well. And they have proof of reserves. So I'm really, I definitely trust them. But again, my favorite to leverage trade for sure. So check them out. I'll put the link in the pinned comment so you guys can check them out. But let's take a look at RSR reserve rights, which is right here. By the way, I have a price prediction playlist you guys can check out. Comment the coins you guys want me to do next, but check out the playlist because your coin might be on there. It's my price prediction playlist. It should be up here in the cards, or I'll also, yeah, it should be in the description as well. Just look in the description. So I'm very bullish on RSR. This is a coin I'm actually holding and accumulating. And mainly because has a bullish structure, and you guys know me. I invest in coins that have a bullish structure. As you can see, that we've been in this ascending channel since 2023 when we had this nice pivot here. We've been putting in higher highs, higher lows. So RSR is looking great. It's one of the best looking coins out there based on the charts, and it's not like it's a new coin that came out recently. Okay, this coin's been here since 2021, right? When we had, you can see that we had this head and shoulders, right? Boom, that played out. You can see right there to the downside. But 2021, this coin hit around 11 cents, which for where it's at right now, it's at 0.006. Okay, and you're gonna be surprised to where I see it going to this bull market. So stay tuned for that when I show you my Fibonacci. But I also want to share here the moving averages, which is super important. And you can see that 8MA is below the 25, the 50s below the 8MA. Once we start to move up here for RSR, we're gonna look something like this, where we have these huge gaps between the 8 and the 25 and the 50, something like that. That's the best times to sell, which is basically like an inverse of this, right? When you see an inverse of this, the 8 over the 25 over the 50, that's really the best times to sell. Not right now when we're kind of fighting over here to see where we go. But once we start to move up, they'll start to align, and the blue will be over the yellow and over the teal, this is my own indicator I created here. And we can also see on the weekly, we came out here to overbought territory. So it's not a big surprise we're getting this pullback, but I do not expect us to break this support level right here on this pullback. I expect this, even if we touch it again, we maybe get a double bottom here and then start to work our way up as we bring down the stochastic on the weekly slightly. So on the monthly though, it's definitely different. We're coming down to oversold, right? Oversold levels right here on stochastic. So this is a good sign because we are coming down here on stochastic heavy. Meanwhile, we're still in this nice uptrend. We're not, it's not like this coin is down here testing 2023, 2022 levels, which a lot of coins are. But the fact that RSR is maintaining this uptrend, putting in higher highs, higher lows, long term, of course, and resetting that stochastic, that monthly stochastic, to near oversold territory is very bullish. Once we start to really jump up here, this coin is going to start to curve. And then once we come up here to overbought, within 1 to 3 months could be the top. Most likely will be the top for this coin. Okay, not as soon as we get up there, but within 1 to 3 months. So I'm really liking this coin based on the charts. Now let's take a look at the RSR BTCC, which is very important, the RSR versus Bitcoin chart. And I do believe that we found the bottom. We can see that since 2021, obviously Bitcoin has been outperforming this coin. along with many other altcoins. So we just been in this rampant downtrend, boom, boom, boom. And then since right here, since August 2023, we just been within this range. Okay. But what I believe, this is what I believe. I believe the RSR BTC chart is basically going to follow the RSR chart. So I believe the RSR chart is kind of foreshadowing what the RSR BTC chart is going to look like. Okay, so very soon we're going to start to start an uptrend and look like the RSR chart, if you know what I'm saying. So this is what I believe is going to happen for this chart. And once we really start to come up to these levels, it could be great profit taking levels. And I mean, if we come up here to these levels right here, 2021, 2020, yeah, 2021 levels here, most likely will be the top, in my opinion. That's when you really have to have caution there and really look at the situation for RSR and the overall markets, because Bitcoin dominance is going to start dropping too once that happens. So it's very well correlated with Bitcoin dominance. So let's take a look at RSR and share my price targets for RSR, and let's see how it's responding to my Fibonacci levels. We can see right here, okay, which I do teach in my course if you guys are interested. So we can see the 618, right? We pulled back here. We lost the 618, but we're kind of within the 618 right there, where we're kind of holding it a little bit. If we make this a higher low, this is going to be very bullish for us to come to our next target to around what is it, like 0.13, around there. And then I can see something kind of like a head and shoulder, not a head and shoulders, a cup and handle, pull back, maybe even touch that 618 and then break that 0.5, because usually we don't break it in the first attempt. Just like we didn't break this right here in the first attempt. If I go here on the weekly, you'll see that we didn't break the 618 in the first attempt. You can see that we come up over it, but we get rejection back down, and now we're probably going to put in a higher high to break it on the second attempt. So that's what I see here based on the short term. But on the long term, I see this coin definitely moving up here to these Fibonacci levels and breaking them in the near future. And the target that I see, where I see RSR topping out, the first target is 38 cents. So 38 cents is the first target. And then the last target is 62. So within 38 and 62 is where I see RSR topping out. This is my selling zone. This is where I'm selling my RSR, 38 to 62. The most bullish scenario at the 618 brings us to 173, but again, that's the low probability. It's probably like a less than 10%, 5% chance that it will go up there. Maybe you can, depending on the situation, you can hold 10% of your portfolio on RSR, 5% or something like that, just in case it goes up there. But most likely we'll top out here around 38 cents, which is pretty good for where it's at right now. The top was around 11 cents last bull market. So 38 cents from where it's at right now would be basically, man, that's a lot. That's like a 55x. That's definitely a lot. 55x. And then the 62 cents would bring it up to 94x. Right. So that's definitely, I mean, that's pretty good profits right there. But I do see it coming up to these levels based on Fibonacci. I mean, we've seen, I can show you many examples from the past, Shiba Inu and these other coins where people are like, oh no, it's never going to hit that target. And it does. So, and what's great is the RSR is not super low cap. So yeah, very bullish on RSR. If you guys like this, comment below what you guys think. Comment the next coins and check out BTCC in the pinned comment. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.